$13,000 a month in spousal support? Ridiculous. What is this? For a 5-year marriage, Bryan? Really? This is just ghetto.
I guess he don't want to work.
God.
He was a chiropractor, but I guess he don't want to do that.
He has gotten his retirement fund from this marriage. And I just feel like it's so shameful, and it just makes me question if he actually ever really loved her. Because why would you go so low and try to get $13,000? You don't even have no damn kids. Spousal support for a 5-year marriage? They weren't even married for 20 years. What state are they living in that this was legal?
I think California. So in California...
Oh, that's ghetto.
Yeah, that's a state where she should have brought her tail to Texas, especially when she knew she should have stayed in Texas, because I think her family, that's where they're from.
Wow.
She should have stayed in Texas because at least in Texas, she will not have had to pay this much. But in California, that the spouse that makes more money is the spouse that's going to get. Now, she was saying when we were together, when we first started, I didn't have money like that, right? But my thing is, you should have had a prenup. I don't care if you come to the marriage and you got $0.
Yeah.
And he also got $0. I am telling all women, get a prenup.
Yeah.
Get a prenup.
It's really sad. That's so sad.
$13,000. Like, I remember when someone was saying, one of the other bachelors in her season, Rachel's season, was saying that, man, this guy is a scammer. Obviously, they were seeing something back there.
Wow.
You know? But yeah, it's giving very scammy feelings. Because 5 years, and I don't know what it is, maybe in California, after 5 years, you start making...
big money.
Yeah, big money from your stuff. But $13,000, it just seems to me, and he's the one who asked for a divorce. It wasn't her. He's the one who asked for a divorce. So it seems as though it's like something that he had planned. He had checked out and probably just stayed long enough to make sure that he will be able to make this money. I also feel like it seems very petty. Something like he's trying to get back at her, like making her pay for something. And I have no idea what that will be, but that's what it feels like. Now, of course, Rachel has been very gracious in all of her interviews that she has done since then. She really has been very gracious. But
what else can you say? You have to pay the man $13,000. Well, I mean, if it was me, I don't know if I'll have many kind words.
Giving that whole Mary J. Blige vibes, but at least with her husband, shoot, they had been together for a longer time. It is 5 years. California is not a place to be. I tell you, certainly not for a woman who got money. You better move somewhere else.
This is just ridiculous. Like, how do you as a man, like, just happily take that money from your ex-wife? I'm sure there's going to be some in the comments like happily. I'm sure it's going to be some dusty in the comments.
Think about man or anything like that. I might think about you.
$13,000 a month? I'm sure there's going to be some men.
But to me, it seems planned.
And calculated.
It seems very calculated. Very calculated. And Rachel, I am so sorry.
This is hard.
You probably should have stayed with Peter. When Peter was saying, well, I can't get married now, but, let's see. How things go. Because after all, it took Rachel a while to actually marry Bryan.
And my thing
like 2-3 years before she actually married him. So probably she even had
a sense.
Like her instincts were like there were some doubts there.
Yeah.
And, she didn't listen. She felt like maybe he'll be good for her, like how his parents have been together for a long time.
Yeah.
But you have to go with your instincts, girl.
When something in your gut tells you something's off about a person, that's your intuition, man. Your intuition will never lead you wrong. And for me, I feel like intuition is kind of like God speaking to you, or like the universe speaking to you. Like, because obviously God and the universe see everything that we can't see. Certainly. So when you have that gut feeling, you can't explain it because you don't know everything, but they do.
Yep.
So that's why you should listen to that more than anything, I feel.
Yep.
But yeah, this whole thing is just disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself, Bryan. Ashamed.
I bet he's not. He got his clown face on, and he's like, I know I'm gonna get my $13,000 next month.
Bum.
So boo hoo. I'll be making more money than you two chicks. Yep, I got my $13,000. Wee. Ain't got to work. Time to close my chiropractor service and talk about I'm going back to school and cross my legs, and I'm never gonna get married at all. So she continued to pay me. I have all kinds of relationships and affairs, but I will never get married because I got my $13,000. That man making, you know how much 13,000 times 10? That's 130,000.
That's over 6 figures. I'm sure.
26. That's 150,000
a year.
That man making as much as some. I don't want to say actual doctors because he is a doctor.
Not anymore.
No chiropractor. Okay, he is some kind of doctor, but that's as much as some general practitioners, intensive care doctors make, like internal medicine doctors. Make. That man making 150,000.
Wow.
150,000, and all he got to do is cross his legs and sit on a couch and watch some TV. That money gonna be in his account.
Disgusting.
For shame. But you think he gonna be ashamed?
Hell no.
No. Someone who has planned this.
It's just like Pedro.
There are words for people like this.
There's places and hot places for people like this.
He really thinks he has gotten away with it. He thinks he's going to be happy. She's going to pay the $13,000. I bet she's still paying it. But you know something? You see, I look at Rachel when she came out, and in the interviews, it's weird because Rachel does not look bothered.
She seems at peace.
She seems so much at peace than what she used to be.
She's probably happy he's out of
and
her
it's
life.
Just that burden. Like, I don't care how much money I gotta pay you. At this point, you being away, I'm just gonna look at it as $13,000 a month for my peace of mind.
Ooh!
It reminds me of that Divorce in Black, when Ava goes. And the man had asked for a divorce. Dallas had asked for a divorce. You guys got to go watch that movie. And I hadn't watched Tyler Perry in a long time because he had become quite trifling.
And very mean towards black women.
Yeah.
I think he
had
them.
Just become quite trifling. But this was a good movie.
Was it really?
But it actually was.
Did you see that scene where he said that black women ain't shit and they don't help black men? Did you see that scene?
Yes, I did.
What did you think of that scene?
I think maybe that might have been one of the scenes that I kind of fast forwarded through, because I fast forwarded through anyone that showed any beating up of women or whatever.
Beating up of women? That was in the movie?
Oh, that was there on that movie. It was towards the end. But I did not know. I did not know that. So anytime I saw any kind of aggression, I will fast forward it because I didn't want to see that.
So the movie can't be that good because you didn't sit down and watch it like you do with your little chick flicks.
Well, look, I sat here and I actually resent you calling me chick flicks because you know something, we chicks. It's okay for us to have our little movies.
I love the chick flicks.
We don't have to call them chick flicks. We can just call them movies, okay?
Yes, your
I get
little
really
movies.
tired of people calling chick flicks. Anyway,
your little movies.
I'm just joking.
But obviously, but we have to acknowledge the fact that you said it was a good movie, but you could not sit down and watch it every second.
It was a good movie, and I'm going to tell you something. You see, them boys. I actually knew people like those boys.
Oh, boys.
The same kind of thing, except I knew the four brothers. The mother that enabled them, not to the extent of that lady. But it was a good movie. It really was a good movie. They only showed the abuse, like the actual abuse, in the end, when she really was setting him up for that, like kind of brought him in, lured him into her web, and then she shut the hell out of him with her.
Shot him.
Oh yeah, shut him dead. Shut his ass dead with a double barrel gun. I say, you go, Eva. You go.
Was that Megan
girl?
Good?
Man, Megan Good. Yes, it was a good movie. But anyway, what was I saying? How it reminded me of this movie. I can't remember what I was talking about.
We're talking about Rachel and the bum.
Yes. So let me tell you. So Dallas asks Ava for a divorce and does it in the most crude way. Okay, so he asks his wife for a divorce. And so the wife goes to sign the divorce papers. And when she goes to sign the divorce papers, she said, she just walks in. She's just like, where do I need to sign? And the attorney's like, you may want to read through it and whatever, and maybe take it to your attorney. And she said, I've already read it and I'm good. Where do I have to sign? Well, listen, I'm good. And she signs it and she walks away. And it messes him up because I think he felt like
she'll be sad.
He wanted her to be sad. And she was gone. And I do believe that very next day, was it the next day she was there with somebody else?
Oh!
It was like an old flame girl. Anywho, moving right along. Yeah, that was quite a juicy scene. Anywho, y'all gotta go watch the movie. But that's what it reminds me of. Rachel, like Bryan does this. He's getting his $13,000. I'm seeing Rachel in the interviews looking just as blissful could be. And I bet every time he looks at her, he's thinking to himself, is she going to get more money or something? I bet it messes him up because the way Bryan has done this, there's some pettiness in it. There's some vindictiveness in it. You know what I'm saying? And that reaction that he wants, he's not getting it. And you know what's very interesting, though? Rachel is a Gemini. And the girl in the Divorce in Black also is a Gemini. You see, when we get done, I'm a Gemini, too. When we get done with folk, we really get done. We're there, though. We're there for a long time. But guess what? It is no whatever off our backs if you want it to be over. Because there is sure as there is breath in my body, there's many fishes in the damn sea.
Ooh.
And I'm here 53, have my moments. Not very well right now. But even I know there's many fishes in the sea. Before I say Rachel, who's still looking fine.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Like, please get to stepping.
Yeah.
And the fact that she hasn't had a child all this time, and it's not like she hasn't been trying. That could have been God just saving her.
Not with this one, baby girl.
Not with this one.
Not with this
one. Let me tell you, I have a friend of mine who, I'm not going to say the name, but I have a friend of mine who was married to a man for I think almost 10 years. They couldn't have a child, and it was in her early 30s. She was married to him all 20s, going on to her 30s. And then they got a divorce because he wanted a divorce. And then she married somebody else. Years later, she married somebody else. And the guy was just so sweet, brought so much peace to her. By then, she was in her late 40s. You know what happened? They've been married for 3 years, and she just had a baby. Had a baby at 51, natural. When I say the wrong man can bring you so much stress, that your reproductive organs will not even be working.
Yeah.
That is some truth in that. Ladies, do not be here wasting time.
The wrong man will put you in your early grave.
Rachel, I hope you hear this. When I tell you my girlfriend gave birth at the age of 51 years of age. Like, she had thought it was over, it was done. By the time she got married to this other man, she was like 47. So it was kind of like, whatever. Like, that time of my life is done. God said no.
Nope.
No, it's not over, baby girl.
It's just beginning. That's so beautiful.
And when you look at her, oh my God, she doesn't even look her age.
Yeah.
She doesn't even look 51. She's just glowing. She looked like she in her 30s.
Hello.
Rachel, don't worry. It was the wrong man, okay? Start taking yourself some folic acid right away. Even though I know you don't have nobody right now. Take your folic acid.
Well, we don't know that.
D, take your vitamin C. Be in prayer. Be at peace like you have been. That right man gonna come your way. Where look, that man gonna come your way. He gonna be like Russell Wilson is to Sierra, where when he bought all her record things and whatever. He gonna come and he gonna say, Rachel, you ain't got to do this no more. I am sending money. Look, for the whole year to Bryan. Whew, that's the kind of man you gonna get, girl.
Hello.
So don't worry. You have a man who's not gonna be a leech
in your life,
like this little parasite up here. Okay,
we wish
hear me,
you
Rachel?
well, sis.
I wish you the best, and Bryan, enjoy that money because that's all the enjoyment you probably gonna have.
We wish you the day you deserve.
Oh yes,
yes.
We wish you the life you deserve.
Yes. That's one.
Hello.
Amen.